excited about getting to know about this opportunity
Emocionada
because
con esta
I'm
oportunidad que
really
tenemos en la
excited
mano,
about this opportunity that we have in
con
our hands.
esto que realmente
With
le voy a
this,
agradecer
that
toda la
truthfully,
vida
I'm going to
a David
appreciate
Smith,
my whole
pero
life to
bueno,
David Smith.
vamos a ir directo. Les
But
cuento un
let's
poquito.
go directly to the point. Let me tell you a bit about this.
Mis parches, ¿no? Para el momento que me toque
I'm
mencionar.
searching for my patches for
Realmente
when
lo
I
que
have
van
to
a
show
escuchar
them.
hoy es
Truthfully, what
una
you're going to
oportunidad
hear
que está
today is an
cambiando vidas,
opportunity that is
que está
changing lives,
cambiando hogares,
that is
que
changing
está trayendo
homes,
bienestar,
that is bringing
salud,
well-being,
pero no
health,
solamente en
and
nuestra
not
parte
only
física,
in our
sino también en
physical
nuestras
realm,
finanzas.
but
A
also
mí
in our
siempre me gusta
finances.
explicar un poco la
I always
logística
like
de
to
estas
explain a little
llamadas.
bit the logistics of
El
these
tiempo es
calls.
muy preciado. So, lo
Time
que
is very
queremos hacer es
appreciated. So
explicarte
what I
todo
want to do is
lo que hace esta
explain to you
tecnología,
everything that
el
this technology
X39
does, the
y su tecnología de
X39
fototerapia.
and the
Y
phototherapy
después
technology.
explicarte
And after
cómo
that, I want to
es que tú
explain
puedes generar
how
dinero
you can generate money
solamente con compartir
only
lo que
by
esto
sharing
está haciendo en ti y
what
está haciendo
this
en
is
miles y
doing to
miles y
you and
miles
what
de
it is doing
personas,
to
porque
thousands
cada vez
and
tenemos
thousands of
más
people,
testimonios.
because we
¿Ok?
have more and more
Esa es la logística.
testimonials.
Y al
That
final
is the
tomamos
logistics. And
preguntas.
at the
Ustedes
end,
la van poniendo en
we
el chat y
answer
por supuesto que las
questions. You can put
contestamos
them in the
porque
chat, and of
mente
course, we will answer
confundida no
because a
toma acción.
confused mind does
Y
not
el
take
objetivo es que
action.
aquí nadie esté
And the
confundido.
objective
Que
is that
cualquier
nobody
pregunta que
needs to
tengan,
be
si no la
confused.
cubrí en la
Any question that
presentación,
you have,
pues
if we didn't
ustedes
cover it in the
puedan
presentation,
salir con esa
you
respuesta.
can
Entonces,
go
lo
and
primero que me
let me
encanta
know
siempre contar un poco es
that
cómo llegué a esta
reply.
oportunidad,
So what
cómo
I
llegué a
like
este
to talk about at
producto,
the
y era
beginning
por
is
una
how I reached
necesidad que
this
venía de mi
opportunity and
salud.
this product, and it was
Ya yo
due
estaba
to
en
a
la
health
menopausia,
issue.
voy a cumplir
I was going
52
through
años y
menopause.
desde los
I'm going to turn
48 empecé a sentir los
52, and I
síntomas.
started feeling the
Falta de
symptoms since I
energía,
was
si hay mujeres acá
48.
que están en la
Lack
misma
of
etapa pueden
energy. There are people
entenderme,
here in the
y los
same
hombres, bueno, entiendan
era. You
también
can
porque le va a
understand
pasar a
me,
tu
and
esposa en algún
also
momento.
men can
Así que
understand because it will happen to your
prepárense.
wife at some time. So
Falta de
get ready.
energía, no
Lack of
dormía bien,
energy. I couldn't sleep
inflamación,
well. I
realmente
had
no
inflammation.
tenía claridad mental, me
Truthfully, I
sentía
didn't have
cansada todo el
mental
tiempo.
clarity. I felt
Había momentos en que
tired
tenía
all
mucho
the time.
sueño, había
There were
momentos
some
en
moments
los
that
que
I
me
was very
despertaba desde las 3
sleepy,
de la mañana. O sea,
that
mucha
I would
variedad que a
wake
mí
up
nunca me
at
dio
3
la
a.m. A lot of
colonoscopia
variety. I
incluso
never
como
had
pareja.
hot
Esa es
flashes
mi
because I
experiencia,
know
¿ok?
there's people that do.
Cuando este
But that
producto
was
llegó a
my
mí fue mi
experience.
cumpleaños del año
When this
pasado, es decir,
product
en
reached
julio
me,
del
that was my birthday
2024.
of last year, so in
Impresionante,
July of
todavía no ha sido un
2024.
año y yo estaré
Amazing. It
siempre
hasn't even
agradecida
been
por esto. Y
1 year, and I
Jay,
will always
el
be
esposo de
grateful about
Jimena,
this.
grandes
Jay,
amigos nuestros,
Jimena's
Jimena, mi ex
husband, an
esposo,
amazing
él le dice a
friend
mi
of
esposa,
mine
hey,
and my
entra
husband,
a este negocio,
she says,
yo sin
can you
enterarme. El
access the
caso es que mi
business?
esposo me pone un parche en el huevo de
And
la espalda y nos
I
vamos de vacaciones a México.
got a patch on, and
Yo
we went
nunca en
on
mis
vacations to
vacaciones había
Mexico.
ido al gimnasio. Sin embargo, toda la semana completa me
And
levanté
I
a las
had never
7 de
gone
la
to the
mañana
gym
para ir al gimnasio.
on my
Y yo
vacations.
decía, ¿por qué tengo que estar
Nevertheless,
aquí?
during that
Pero
whole
¿cómo
week,
me
I would
siento así?
wake up to
Estaba y me
go to the
reía,
gym. And I was
alegre,
like, how come I have
contenta,
so
como
much
si tuviera
energy?
19
I
años
was
de nuevo.
happy. I was
Y
laughing
yo,
again as
wow,
if I
¿qué
was
cosa es esto, mi
17 again.
amor?
And I
¿Qué
was
fue
like,
lo que tú
wow,
me
what is this,
pusiste?
darling? What
Hice
did
la
you put
pregunta
on
que
me?
todo el mundo hace.
And I
¿Qué
asked the
tiene
question that
ese
everybody
parche?
asks, what does that
Y ahora
patch
lo tengo puesto acá.
have?
¿Qué tiene ese
Now I have it
parche? Y él me
on back
dice,
here.
Jay,
What
que
does that
nada.
patch
Mi marido
have?
no sabía era nada.
She said,
Seguí
Jay
mis
says that
vacaciones
nothing.
poniéndome
My
el
husband
parche
didn't know
12
anything.
horas sí,
So I kept on
12 horas
putting
no.
on that
Cuando
patch on
llegamos a
12
Miami,
hours and taking
empecé
it
a
off for 12
preguntar, ¿desde
hours doing
cuándo
my
la aquí
vacations.
sabes que cuando hay
When
algo
we
lindo,
got to
tú
Miami,
quieres
we
saber más
started
de
asking
eso?
because
Y
who
cuando tú
here
te
knows
sientes bien,
when something
quieres
amazing
seguirte,
reaches your
siguiendo.
life, you want to know more about it. When
Ahí
you feel
supe que era
good,
un
you want to
negocio.
feel even better.
Y lo
That's where
demás
I
es
knew that
historia.
it was a
Junio
business,
del
and the
año
rest is
pasado,
history.
cumplíamos finales de
June of
junio,
last year, at
entramos
the
mi
end of
esposo y
June,
yo
my
en esta
husband
compañía que es
and
LifeWave.
I
Y esa es
enrolled
la
into this
oportunidad
company, which is
la cual
LifeWave.
hemos
And that
tomado
is
en
the
nuestra mano,
opportunity that we have
nuestro
taken in
equipo,
our hands
nosotros,
with our
para que el
team,
mundo y el
ourselves,
mercado latino
for the world and the
conozca
Latin
lo
market
que
to
hay,
know
donde
what
se
there
pueden sentir
is,
bien
where
y
you
donde
can
también
feel well, and
pueden
where
tener
also
finanzas
you can
estables
have
y lograr lo que
healthy
ustedes
and stable
tengan, el
finances
sueño que ustedes
and
tengan.
reach the
Entonces,
dream
yo voy a
that
ir un
you may
poquito.
have.
La
So
pregunta que
I'm
todo el
going to
mundo
go a
hace
bit
es, ok,
towards the question that everybody asks,
¿qué es esto?
which is, what is this?
¿Qué hace?
What
¿Cuáles
does it
son los
do?
beneficios?
What are
¿Qué
the
tiene y qué
benefits?
contiene? Lo primero
What
que te
does it
voy a
have
decir es
and
que no
what
contiene
does it contain? The first thing
absolutamente
I'm going to
nada.
say is that it
No
doesn't
hay
contain
ningún
absolutely
medicamento que
anything.
va
There is no medication that is going to enter your body or your bloodstream. This is something called phototherapy or light therapy. I'm going to start sharing the screen because I know that especially us Latins, we are very visual. So when we see something, first of all, it allows us to take pictures if you need it, and two, to be able to explain what it is that you have exactly. So I'm going to share this here for a second. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to explain a little bit about this. So for you to have an idea, the company has been in the market for over 20 years. This year, they're going to turn 21 years since LifeWave appeared. So why didn't we know about this company? That's the same question I ask myself every day. How come I never? And due to my profession in 45 years working on TV, I interview people, and never have I heard to anybody speak about LifeWave of these patches. Never. So this is like what I commented, phototherapy. What is phototherapy? It's light therapy. How does this work? It is super easy. This is, imagine a mirror. That's the best way that we can explain that is very understandable. This is like a mirror. All of us human beings, absolutely all of us, we produce infrared light. All of us. This acts like a mirror. Acting like a mirror, your light is reflected in this patch. Nevertheless, the light goes back to your body. This light, with the heat of our body that all human beings have, what it does is it elevates a copper peptide. And this copper peptide, when it increases, starts to reactivate your stem cells. So there are many people that don't know what stem cells are. Stem cells are the ones in charge to repairing and regenerating your cells, your organs. They are able to turn into whatever is needed to repair and to regenerate. So what happens, which is what most of the people don't know, I can say 90% of the people, that after you're 30 years old, your stem cells start to deactivate. You can say they start to become dormant. What happens with this? That is where the signs of age and pain start, because stem cells are the ones in charge of activating and regenerating our organism for us to feel better, to have more energy. This is something that most of the people don't know. It's considered that after 60 years old of age, there's a 10% of our stem cells active. Imagine that. The truth is that God created us, the Creator, our body has that resources of healing and regenerating and helping us. But it becomes weak and it becomes older with years and with time. So what does this do? It reactivates those stem cells that have been dormant. So that is what this is about, a technology. What do you need to keep about this that I just told you? That it's not medication. Since it's not medication, if you're on a diabetes treatment, you can use it. If you are on a treatment due to high blood pressure, you can use it. There is no counterindications at all. There is only 2 people that this is not recommended for, and you can write this down. Only 2. 2 that should not use the patch. 1, if you've had an organ transplant. 2, if you're actively in going through chemotherapy or radiotherapy due to cancer. Nevertheless, in this second case, if you already finished your treatments, you can start with using the patch, because on the contrary, it's going to help you, because definitely your immune system is going to become stronger. Those are the only 2 people. People keep on asking, if I have a pacemaker, if I have, you can use it. Now, when we talk about kids and pregnant women, there are studies done with people who use the patches to have the patent and to be able to prove that what David Schmidt says, which is the inventor, the creator, and the CEO of the company, that it does this and it does it. Now, this has been done on adults. Children and pregnant women cannot have studies done. Since there are no studies that can prove this, the company, which is in the US, legally, what do? The responsibility of the pregnant woman or the mom or the dad that wants to patch their child. It's a personal decision. Now, I have testimonials that I base myself on. When we started last year, all the testimonials were in English. After that, to be able to grow with the team and share it with the Latin market, now we have thousands of testimonials in Spanish. On those testimonials, there are pregnant women who decided on their own to use the patch, who are in a perfect health state, and moms that have decided to patch their children and they are perfectly. But I will repeat, this is a personal decision. Now, this is not a guarantee of healing. This is a resource that is considered holistic, natural because it's not a medication. Another super common question, is this approved by the FDA? This doesn't have to be approved by the FDA due to the fact that it's not a drug and it's not food. I'm trying to answer to questions that you might have because in all the time that we've been here, it has been the most frequent questions. But at the end, remember that we're going to open time for Q&A. Is this clear? It's not a medication. It's a technology of a light therapy. Now, something important. What are the benefits? These are the benefits, and you can take a picture. These are the general benefits. Why do I refer to with general benefits? Okay, when we started using the patch, there are people that saw the change immediately. I am one of those. That same day, I felt energy that reached the ceiling. Me, Rochelle. Nevertheless, my husband took around 3 weeks to be able to actually feel a change. There are some people that have taken 2 months. Rochelle, what does it depend on? Truthfully, it depends on what the stem cells find when they start waking up in your body. What is your need? Stem cells have the capacity, I call them like army of little ants that identify what it is that your body needs immediately. What is the emergency from your body? And they go and they help with that. So I can't say how long it's going to take, but what I can say is what the owner of the company says. I always clarify the following. If you're going to hear a voice, hear the voice of the person who created this technology, who is called David Schmidt. I don't hear to what another person says, because if he created it, if he invented it, and he is a scientist of years, not born yesterday, he has been working for years, focused on technology, well, I listen to him. And his recommendation is that at the least, you should use it for 3 months. And I have seen videos that say between 3 to 6 months. What do I want to tell you with this? If you use it for 2 weeks and you haven't seen an effect yet, wait, you don't know what the stem cells are working on. You don't know because you don't see it. It's not visual. Maybe you don't feel the same. They're doing their job. So give it time. This is what almost everybody feels: an increase in strength, greater resistance, mental clarity I was talking about, muscle restoration. You're going to see that you sleep like a baby amazingly well. You're going to see how your skin starts to improve, amazing. But also it's going to go, reactivating of stem cells is going to go further ahead to be able to work that condition. And now you're going to hear different testimonials. How do you apply the patch, Rochelle? Let me tell you, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Look, this is how the packs are. Each pack of these has 30 patches, 30, one per day. So what do you do? Every day in the morning, when you wake up, I recommend you at the beginning to prepare an alarm because you might forget it. Some people forget. If you forget to take it off, it's fine. You just take it off at the moment that you remember, and the next day you put on the patch again and you do your 12 hours normally again. So you put it on, you apply it. These parts that you see here on the nape of your neck, at the back of your neck, you have three fingers underneath your belly button. Why does the company use this as an example? Because the clinical trials that were done, you have access to those trials on the web page of LifeWave once you enroll. Those clinical trials divided them in two groups. One group used it on the nape of the neck, and the other group, three fingers underneath the belly button. But the reality, again, by the voice that I listen to, is that you can put it on any part of your body. For example, I can put it on here. And it's not because I feel it more or less, honestly, it's because people ask me, why do I wear it there? I know that it does the same the effect in any part of my body, unless I have a headache or something specific and I put it on the place that hurts or I'm not feeling well. That's it. 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Something important, drink water. Be hydrated because this is going to help you with the work of the patch. The other thing, can you bathe with that, Rochelle? Yes, you can bathe, you can do exercise, exactly the same thing as if you didn't have anything. This doesn't damage you at all. Something important that you need to know, for example, we have moms or someone that can be very sensitive in their skin and there could be some kind of reaction in their skin when they start using it. What we recommend is for you to put it on the clothes. It has the same effect. If I grab this patch and I put it on my clothes, it has the same effect as if you use it on your skin. And that is something important, especially for parents. Now, this person who is here, I pray for him every day because since he was a child, he told his father he wanted to be an inventor. And his father laughed and said, okay, I don't know if you'll be able to be an inventor because that doesn't exist. That's not a profession. Nevertheless, he says that he felt he's a man that loves God and talks about God all the time. Actually, the formula of the patch of X39 came from the Bible, from the numbers of the Bible. It is amazing when you hear this person talk. He is passionate about helping. He says there are more than 180 patents, but we have to correct that because now he has more than 200 patents. 200 patents. If there's a business person here, I know many business people. We have businesses, and he doesn't have only one patent. He has 200. It's like a hobby that he has. He is a scientist and an inventor. His specialty is rejuvenation. This technology is something that he launched in 2020, and it took David over 10 years because in 2004, he invented his first patch, which was for energy. He started to create them. They're all technology. None of them are transdermic. They don't contain everything. He was specialized in rejuvenation. So he was focused and he knows that stem cells and reactivating stem cells is what gives this well-being. And he focused for 10 years to reach this technology, to be able to reach what we are in now. You see here in white that you see it in my hand. These are nanocrystals. What this technology does, the difference is by those nanocrystals movement, that just means tiny crystals, in the way in which they are rubbed is what creates the correct frequency for those stem cells to be activated. So he was there for 10 years until he reached the correct one and the one that truly does it. I don't know about you, but how many of you try to do something and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it, and after 3 weeks we are tired and we don't want to continue? And this man was working on it for 10 years to reach the technology. So this took not only 10 years, also $4.5 million to be able to commercialize it. This that you see here, you can take a picture if you'd like. Even this number that you see here is a public record. It's a number that shows you that we have the patent. LifeWave has a patent, and we have it for 16 more years. That means that during 16 more years, you can be calm knowing that you're going to have a product that is going to give you well-being. And I always say the following. Nowadays, everybody has an iPhone and an intelligent phone. There's going to be a moment that everybody is going to have this on their body, because who doesn't want to feel well? Who here knows that if you don't feel well, you can't live well? Because you become weak. It becomes your problem number one. I don't feel well, I don't have health. And
Y
this is what
extra,
this brings:
todo
health
el mundo
and
va a llegar
well
a un
being.
momento que va a tener esto. ¿Qué
Everybody,
es lo
there's
que
going to be a
significa tener
moment
la
that is going to
patente?
wear this.
Para
What
tú
does it
entregarle
mean
una
that he
patente, tú
has a
tienes que
patent?
probar tres
For you
cosas.
to be able to have a
Una, que
patent, you have
nadie
to
ha
try two things.
inventado un
One, that
producto como
nobody has
este.
ever invented a
Dos,
product like
que
this
lo que tú
before.
dices que ese
And
producto
two, that
hace,
what you
lo
are
hace.
saying that this product is
Entonces a mí me
going to
encanta cuando
do
hay
will
gente que
be
me dice,
done.
no, eso no hace
So
nada.
this is
¿Cómo
something that I
supiste que le
love when
entregaron la
people say,
patente a
no, that
este
doesn't
hombre?
do anything. How do you
No
think
se
they
lo
give
hubiesen
this person
entregado.
a
Él
patent?
tuvo que
We wouldn't have
demostrar
given it to him.
y los estudios que
He
se hicieron
had
demostraron de
to
que esto hace lo
demonstrate
que
in
dicen
his
que hace.
studies
Ahora,
that this is
es
what he says
cierto
that it
que el
does.
100% de la
Now, it's
gente
true that
no tienen esos
100% of
resultados.
the
Hay
people
un
don't have the
2% que
results.
puede ser que
There
esto
is a
sí no hace
2%
nada.
that maybe
Puede
this
ser.
doesn't do anything for you.
Ahora,
It could be.
98%
Now,
sí le hace. Yo siempre
98%
digo esto, ¿por qué no
do
probarlo?
have an effect. I always say this.
¿Por qué no
Why
decir,
not try
yo
it?
por 4 meses, 3 meses
Why
voy
not
a
say
probar el producto porque
during
lo quiero
4 months or
experimentar?
3 months,
Y
I'm
más
going to try
después
the
de
product
escuchar
because I want to feel well.
testimonios como los
And
que tenemos aquí,
especially
que se los voy a
after
poner.
hearing
¿Qué cosas
testimonials like the one
importantes
that I'm
debes
going
saber?
to show
Porque
you now.
fíjate,
What
cuando tú te vas
important
a
things do you
afiliar,
need to
ya
know?
sea que tú
Because
vas
look,
a
when you're
hacer el
going to
negocio
become
y
an
solo vas
affiliate, when you're going to work the business
a consumir el producto para
or
tu uso
consume the
personal,
product for your
cualquiera de los dos, tú
personal
quieres
use,
saber
any of
qué
those
hay
two,
detrás
you
de ese
want to know
producto
what
o
is
de esa
behind that
empresa.
product
Hay una
or that
empresa de
company.
credibilidad,
There
una
is a
empresa que
credibility
acabamos
company. There
recientemente,
is a
ya por dos
company
años
that we
consecutivos, esto
recently
pasó hace unos
finished since
días,
2 consecutive
acaba de
years. This
ganarse
happened 2 days
nuevamente
ago.
el premio
Just
Bravo
earned
como
again
la,
the
la
Bravo
empresa
Prize
de
to
venta
the direct
de
sales
mayor
company
crecimiento, del
with
crecimiento más
most
rápido
growth, with the
mundialmente en el
fastest
mundo,
growth
no en
at
Estados
a
Unidos, en
global
el mundo,
level in the
por
world, not only
segundo
in the
año
US,
consecutivo. Se
for
lo
the
dio el año
second
pasado
consecutive
y
year,
este año de nuevo se lo dio.
last year and
David
again this
Schmidt
year.
le acaban de dar
David
en ese
Schmidt
mismo evento el
just got in
premio
that same
por
event the
innovador,
prize
por ser
for
un
being
innovador,
innovator,
por
for
tener la
being an
innovación
innovator,
más alta.
for having the
Eso es lo que tú
highest
estás buscando en
innovation.
cualquier compañía.
That means that you're
Y
not
este es el
going into
momento de
just any
poder entrar.
company.
Te digo
And
claro
this
que
is the
sí,
adequate
LifeWave
time
está
to enroll.
enfocado
I'm
en
telling you
apoyar
that
el
right
mercado
now,
latino. Tú
LifeWave
quieres
is
que cuando esto
focused in
explote más
supporting
en
the
el
Latin
mercado
market.
latino, ya tú
You
estés ahí.
want, when this explodes
Ya tú
more in the
estés ahí.
Latin markets, you
Si
want
no
to
vas a
be there.
impactar y vas a decir,
You want
wow,
to
yo me
be there
acuerdo
already.
aquella
If not,
reunión que yo
you're
fui
going to
y
be
yo
like,
escuché.
wow, I remember that meeting that I went to and I
Tú
never
puedes
listened.
entrar y puedes afiliarte
You
porque
can
quieres
come
el
and you can
producto
become an affiliate because
o
you want the
porque quieres
product
usar el producto,
or
pero
because you want
también
to use a
por
product, but
compartirlo, generar
also
dinero.
to
Quiero
share it
ponerte
and
unos
generate
testimonios,
money.
quiero que observes
I want to
varios.
show
Me
you some
gusta destacar
testimonials and
varios
I want you to
testimonios aquí.
observe things.
Lo
I
primero
like to show this in
es
testimonials.
que
Number
la
one
variedad de
is the
testimonios que aquí tenemos.
variety of
Este que
testimonials that
editamos
we have.
habla de
This
ciertas
one that we
condiciones,
edited
algunas.
talks
De
about
nuevo,
certain
no
conditions.
decimos que
Some,
cura,
again,
decimos
we're
que
not saying that
ayuda.
it cures,
Sin
we're saying that
embargo,
it
los
helps.
testimonios hablan por sí
Nevertheless,
solos. Cuando hay
the
personas que te dicen,
testimonials speak
el
for
médico
themselves. When there
siempre
are
tu
people that
médico,
says
el
the
médico que
doctor,
ya no me
always
daba la
your
medicina
doctor,
más porque me la
says that they
aplicó.
didn't want to give me the
Eso
medication.
es la experiencia de esa persona. Y eso es lo que
This is
nosotros
this
tratamos
person's
cuando le ponemos
experience.
estos videos, que
And that
ustedes
is what we always
escuchen
try to do
a
when we show you
personas
these
que han
videos.
tratado el producto
Listen
y
to
qué fue lo
these
que hizo
people who
ellos,
have
¿ok?
tried the
Van a ver
project
que
and
quizás se oye un
product
poquito
and what did
bajito,
they
pero
do.
aquí está.
You're going to hear it a bit softly, but here they are.
Desde hace 9 años
Since
sufro
9 years
de
ago,
hipotiroidismo.
I suffer
He
from
tenido
hypothyroidism.
tratamientos,
I've
se
gone through a lot of
me cayó el
treatments.
pelo y bueno,
My
cuando
hair was
me hablan
breaking.
de estos parches
And so when
maravillosos,
Rochelle speaks to me about
evidentemente
these amazing
lo voy a
patches,
compartir
I
con
said,
ustedes.
okay, amazing.
Y qué
I'm
mejor
going to
manera
document, I'm going to try it and
que
document everything.
querido doctor, me voy
So the first thing I
a
do
examen
is I go with my
y empiezo a usar el
PCP
parche. El único
to have
cambio
my
fue
blood
el
work.
X39.
I start
A las
using the
2 semanas
patch.
empecé a
And
poner
2 weeks
el
after,
Avida. Y ya a
I
los
start
3
using
meses
Alavida. After
tuve
2 weeks after
resultados
using X39.
excelentes.
After
He
3 weeks, I have blood
conseguido
work done again.
un
And
tiroides
these are my results of my thyroid when for the first time in
todos
8
mis
years,
niveles están normales.
all my levels
Y
are
esto
normal.
fue solamente
And this was
usando el
only
parche. Le
by
envío
using
un
the
mensaje de
patch.
confianza y él
I
me contesta, sí,
sent
está
my PCP a
controlado.
message and he replied, yes, it's controlled. I'm a diabetic since 18 years ago of type 2. When I went to the doctor and the endocrinologist, they say, hey, these numbers look drastically different. Something is going on here. I'm going to have to uh, stop your insulin. You're just going to keep on taking the pill. But if I see that if you continue with these numbers like this, in 2 years, I will ask you to stop taking taking any medication. I suffered from depression since 3 years ago, and I couldn't get out of it. With the patch, after 7 days, I stopped taking the medication. The depression disappeared, My mood changed after 3 days. This morning, going to school, I hit myself with the door of the car because I was moving fast and I hit myself. And I truly opened my
Ay,
forehead and I had a big bruise come out. And after patching myself, after 8 hours, truthfully, the bruise had completely disappeared.
entonces, que hasta ahí esto es
So,
lo que hace el producto. Yo sé, lo
this is what
expliqué,
the
si quieres
product
refrescar quizás
does.
un poquito más
I know
bajito.
I said that you
Entonces,
would hear it a bit
es una
lower
decisión
in
muy
volume.
personal de cada
So,
uno.
this is a very
Primero,
personal
debemos tener
decision
en
of all
cuenta
of
que
you.
no todos los países
First of all,
están.
that you have to
Estamos ya
take
en más
into
de 90
account that it's
países,
not in
más
all
de
the
90
countries.
países.
We're in over
Eh,
90 countries already.
Venezuela, ahorita veía a alguien decir,
Venezuela,
estoy
right now, I was
averiguando
seeing
aquí y me
someone that
decía,
was saying,
Venezuela todavía no
how can
está.
we get them in Venezuela?
Realmente estamos en Estados
Venezuela
Unidos,
is not
Canadá,
there
Puerto
yet. We're in the
Rico,
US,
México. México es un
Canada, Puerto
mercado que está
Rico,
creciendo muchísimo.
Mexico.
El
Mexico is a
objetivo de
market which is
Lifeway,
growing very much.
porque
The
estamos ahora mismo,
objective of
estamos siendo
Lifeway,
parte
because right
de un
now
equipo
we are part
que
of a
están
team
escuchando ellos
that
mucho para
is
ver la
listening
necesidad del
a lot
mercado
to be
latino.
able to know
Y
what the
sí, la
needs
intención
of the
es de
Latin market
abrir
is.
y quieren
And yes,
abrir
the
por
intention
toda
is to
Latinoamérica,
open.
sí es la realidad.
They do
Pero
want
para
to
llegar
open
ahí, por supuesto que
on all of
todavía
Latin
eso va a
America.
tomar
That's
un
a
tiempo. Por
reality.
ahora
But
no
to
está
get there, of
Venezuela,
course,
y hay
it's going
algunos
to take
países
some
que no están
time.
como República
At the
Dominicana,
moment, we
Costa
don't have
Rica,
Venezuela
México,
and some
todavía no.
countries like
Pero estamos en
Dominican
más de
Republic
90
and Costa
países. Y
Rica,
como yo
not yet.
siempre digo,
But we're
todos
in
esos
more than
países
90
son
countries.
en
And
los
like
que
I
nosotros
always say,
debemos
all those
enfocarnos ahora
countries
mismo.
are the
Y lo
ones
que
that we
hablaba
have
de
to focus
decisión
on
personal
right
es,
now. What
aquí
I
está
was
el
saying
producto.
about
Tú
taking a
puedes
personal
decidir,
decision is
yo lo quiero
here is the
para
product.
usar yo,
You can decide, I want to use it
también para que lo
myself,
usen mis seres queridos,
or I want
pero
it
yo
for
también
my
quiero
loved
quizás
ones to use
construir.
it,
¿Qué
or
tal
maybe
si
I also
tú
want
por
to build.
empezar a
What
compartir
if
lo que esto está
just by
haciendo en
starting
ti
to
y hay
share what
personas que
this is
dicen, no, todavía yo
doing
no
to
tengo un
you,
testimonio?
there are some
Si
people
tú
that
tienes
say,
la
no, I still don't
visión
have a testimonial.
empresarial y tú
If
dices,
you
yo
have the
realmente
business
quiero
vision,
generar
then you say, I
$500 más a la
truly
semana,
want to
lo que
generate
pudiera dar
$500 extra dollars a
$1.500
week
más a la semana
or
cuando tú pagas la
1,500
renta o
extra
el alquiler
dollars
de
a
eso.
week. Right
O
now, I'm
$5,000
going to
más.
explain that.
Hay gente
Or
ganando desde $100
$5,000
más a
extra
la
a week.
semana hasta
There are
gente
people
ganando
earning
$60,000
until from
más a la semana. No se
$100 to
garantiza el
60,000 extra
resultado porque eso
dollars a week.
depende del
We
inversor.
can't guarantee
Hay
the
personas
result
que
because it
entran y
depends on the
se
person.
vencen
There are people
y se
who
rinden y se
enroll
van y no lo hacen.
and
Como hay personas que siguen y
they
siguen
don't
y
continue
entonces lo
doing it.
logran y lo
And there are
llevan.
others
Esas
that
son cosas
continue
muy
and continue.
personales. Pero
Those
sí
are
puedes
very
decidir,
personal
hey,
things.
yo
But if
solo lo
you
voy a
know how
consumir
to decide,
es lo que quiero
hey,
para
I'm
mí,
only going
pero
to
qué
consume it
tal
because I
yo
want it
también
for
decida
myself.
construir. Y
But
eso es lo
what
que voy
if I
a
decide to
explicarte
build too?
ahora.
And
Voy a
that's what
explicarte
I'm going
ahora
to
cómo
explain to you
podemos
now.
ganar
I'm
y
going to
generar
explain to
dinero
you how we can earn
compartiendo este
and generate
producto.
money
Y hay
by
cuatro
sharing this
maneras,
product. And there are
realmente hay cinco,
four
pero
ways.
la
There are
cuarta
truly
tiene que ver
five,
con
but the
números
fifth
y ya es
has to
cuando
do
está
with
más
numbers
avanzado y tiene
and
un volumen
when
mayor.
you have a
Pero hay
greater
cuatro de
volume.
las que tú tendrías acceso
But there are
desde hoy
four
mismo,
ways
en cuanto tú
in which you
entres.
would have
Entonces,
access
la
starting
primera
right
es,
now. The
obvio, la venta
first
directa.
is
La venta
obviously
directa con los
direct
patches,
sales.
cada paquetito
Direct
que tú
sales with the
vendes, a la
patches.
persona le salen
Each patch that you
$149 y tú
sell,
tienes
the
$50
person
de
has to
comisión.
pay
Recuerda lo que
$149
te
and
comenté.
you have a $50 commission.
Semanalmente
Remember
van
what
a
I
tener tu
told you.
cheque de lo que
Weekly, you
hiciste.
get your
Porque hay
check of
gente que
what
me ha
you
preguntado,
earned
si
because
no
there are
vendo,
people who have asked me,
¿gano?
if I don't sell,
No, porque hay
do I
comisiones,
earn?
hay cuatro
No,
maneras, hay que ver cuáles
because
son las
there's four
acciones que tú
ways of
llevas
earning
a cabo
commissions.
y
You need to
haces,
know
¿no?
which actions you're
Ahora,
going to
no
take,
vas a estar solo
right?
en
Now,
este
you're not
camino,
going to
porque para
only
eso tú
be
tienes un
on yourself
sistema
by
ya de
yourself on the way.
entrenamiento, de
That's
llevarte
why
de
we
la
already have a
mano, de
system of training,
acompañarte, de
of
estar
taking you by the
contigo,
hand,
porque
of
esto no es
being
para estar
with you,
solo, esto es un
because this
trabajo
is
en
not
equipo.
to something
Entonces,
that we
así tú
should
no
do
tengas
alone.
experiencia, tú
This is
nunca has hecho
teamwork.
esto,
So
yo te pido
regardless
que
of
no
you
hagas
having
de eso
experience or
una
not, having
decisión
done
por ti,
this or not,
que no sea el
I ask
miedo y
you
que no sea la
to not
falta
allow that to
de
take
que
the
esto tú nunca
decision
lo has
for you.
hecho, o que sea yo no quiero salir de mi zona de
Don't let it
comodidad.
be
No, no, no.
fear
Que tú
or not having
realmente
done
hoy
it
digas,
before
¿cuál es tu
or
por
not
qué?
wanting to get
¿Por
out of
qué
your
yo
comfort
realmente me
zone.
atrevería
Tell
a
yourself today, what
tomarme
is
y a
my
decirle que
why?
sí
What
a
is the
esta
reason why
oportunidad?
I would decide
Mucha
to
gente
say
está
yes to
cambiando su
this
vida.
opportunity?
¿Por qué no estás tú
Many people
también
are
en ese
changing their
grupo?
lives. Why not
¿Por
you
qué
too
seguir en el
being part of
mismo
that
lugar?
group? Why
Hay
would you
una
have to
realidad y es
continue
que
being in the
muchas
same
personas
place?
tienen un
There
mal
is a
concepto de
reality,
lo que es
which
venta
is that
directa o
many
multinivel,
people
como se le
have a
llama
wrong
en
concept of
una
multi-level or
financiamiento
direct
bancario.
sales
Creo
I'm not embarrassed about saying the name. On the contrary, I truly love the multi-level industry. There are people who have done fraud. Sadly, yes. There are always people in different areas and industries doing things that they shouldn't do, not necessarily only multi-level. So what do we have to do? I believe that the more we work, the more united we are, the more we create, and the more we are having a product like this one, which is unique, which is exclusive, which we don't have any competition, because shampoo makeup,
competencia, no estoy diciendo que eso que
multivitamins,
sea
they all
malo,
have
sino que
competition. And I'm
solamente
not
aquí hay
saying
que
that it's
mirar
bad.
que esto es un
I'm just saying
producto
that
que
it's
yo
something that you
compartí
have
un
to take into
producto hace
consideration.
tanto,
Hey,
voy a
this is a
generar
product
dinero.
that I'm going to
Realmente
share with
créeme,
no
nosotros que tenemos tantas
competition that is
empresas
going to
también,
generate
eso
money.
es muy
Believe me,
valioso
believe me.
y
We
hace la
have
gran
so many
diferencia.
companies and
Una
we know
compañía como
that this is
esta,
very
que te
valuable
respalda, que
and
te
it
da tu
makes a
página
great
web,
difference.
que
A
ellos son los
company
que
like
hacen el
this one
envío, que tú no
that
tienes que tener
supports you,
inventario en tu
gives
casa,
you a web
porque ellos
page,
lo hacen
that
todo y tú
they send
solamente
the
tienes que
product for you,
compartir
that you
un
don't have to have
enlace y
inventory
la
in your
gente te
house.
compra y
You
tú
just have
cobras.
to share a link and
Imagínate,
people
cada vez que uno
purchase and all
lanza un
you do is
negocio,
get
¿cuánto no hay
paid.
que invertir?
Imagine each
Hay que
time
invertir
that you
miles y
launch a
miles y
business,
miles de
how
dólares,
much do
más
you
de
have to
30 mil
invest?
dólares,
Thousands and
más tú
thousands
hacer
and
tu
thousands
página
of
web,
dollars,
más
more
tú
than
enviar.
$30,000, plus doing
Créeme
your
que
web
esto es
page,
para
plus
tomarlo en
sending it.
cuenta.
Believe me
Segunda
that this is
manera de ganar
something to
dinero,
take into consideration.
haciendo tu equipo. ¿Ok?
Second way of earning
¿Qué
money,
es eso?
building
Cada
your
vez que una
team.
persona entra,
What does that
la
mean?
persona va a
Each
poder
time that a
entrar
person
con Core,
enrolls, the person
Advanced
will
o
be able
Premium.
to
Ahorita
enroll
voy a
with
explicar
core,
porque esa es la
advanced, or
decisión que tú vas a
premium,
tener que
which is
tomar hoy.
something that I'm going to
Y
explain
cada vez
because
que
it's a
alguien
decision
entre
that
con
you need to
cualquiera
take
de los
today.
paquetes, a
And
ti te
each
dan
time that
comisión
somebody
adicional.
enrolls with any of the packs, they give you a
$35 si
commission
entran
for
por
that too.
Core,
$35
$75
if they
si
enroll
entran
with
por
core,
Advanced,
75 if they enroll
405
with
si entran por
advanced,
Premium.
405 if they enroll with premium.
Cada vez, no una vez, no dos,
Each
cada
time,
vez
not
que
once,
alguien
not
entre con
twice.
tu enlace,
Each
porque
time
cuando tú
that
te
somebody
inscribes,
enrolls with your
la
link,
compañía
because when you
inmediatamente te
enroll,
entrega tu
the
página web
company
con tu nombre
immediately gives you
y
your
además de
webpage
eso,
with your
tu
name.
enlace,
And
que es
apart
el que
from
tú
that,
vas a
your
compartir,
link,
ya
which is
sea
the
para
one
que
that
la
you are
gente
going to share
te compre
for
producto
people to
o para
buy
que la gente
product
se una a tu equipo.
or for people to
Tú vas a
join your
tener ese
team.
enlace listo, es
You're
solamente
going
eso.
to have that link ready.
Manda el
Only that.
enlace y la gente te
Send the
compra.
link and people
Ahora,
buy.
¿cuál es la tercera manera?
Now, what
Es
is
el
the third
binario.
way? It's a
Dentro del
binary.
modelo de negocio
In the
de
business
multinivel hay
model of
diferentes.
multi-level,
Este es
there are
binario.
different
Si tú
levels. This
tienes
one
un
is
lado
binary.
izquierdo, un
So
equipo en
if
tu
you
lado
have a left
izquierdo y un
side, a
equipo en tu
team
lado
on your
derecho,
left
tú te
side,
divides en
and a
dos.
team on your
Un
right
lado
side,
izquierdo
you
y un
divide
lado
it in by
derecho.
two, a left
Estas
side and
personas,
a
sea
right
que
side.
entren,
These people,
sea que compren, te van a dar volumen,
regardless of them
números.
enrolling
Y esos
as
números
customers
significan dinero.
or as business partners, they're going to
Eso
give
es
you numbers, and those
de
numbers
tus
mean
números,
money.
de la suma de
From
tus
those
números, de todo lo que tú
numbers,
vas
from
acumulando,
adding up those numbers and everything
tú
that
vas a
you
tener
are
dinero.
going to be adding and
Algo
adding, you're
importante
going
que
to
me
get
encanta
money.
destacar acá.
Something
Yo he
important that
estado
I
en
love of
compañías
being here.
multinivel.
I've been in other
Usualmente
multi-level
tú
companies.
acumulas puntos
Usually,
en los
you
30
add up
días del mes o
points in the
31
30 days
del mes.
of the month or the
Cuando
31
llegan
days,
las 12
depending
de
on
la
the month.
noche del día
When
30,
you
día
reach
31,
12
todos
a.m.
los
of
números
day 30 or
desaparecen.
day 31,
Y el
all those numbers
primero del mes
disappear.
tú tienes que empezar
And
a
the first of
construir de
the
nuevo.
month,
Aquí no es
you
así.
start
Aquí los
building
números se
again.
van
Now,
rodando
here it's not, doesn't work
semana
that
tras
way.
semana.
Here
Lo que no
numbers
se
roll
convirtió en
over
dinero
week
para
after
ti,
week.
te los
And what
ponen
didn't
en la
become
próxima
money for
semana. ¿Qué
you,
quiere decir
you're
eso?
going to
Que
see it on
cada
the next
lunes
week.
ya tú
What
empiezas
does
con
that
dólares en
mean?
tu mano.
And each Monday
En
you
vez de
start
en
with
cero, oiga, tengo que volver
numbers
a
from the
producir.
previous week without
Eso
having to start on
dentro de esta
zero. Oh my
industria
God, I have
es
to produce this again.
extremadamente
This
valioso.
inside the industry is extremely
Extremadamente
valuable.
valioso. Ahora,
Extremely
dentro
valuable.
de esto,
Now,
cada vez que tú llegas a un
inside
rango
all this,
dentro
each
del
time that you
binario,
reach a rank in the
como
binary
manager,
plan, as
puedes hacer hasta
manager,
1,500
you can earn
semanal. No
up
estoy
to
hablando mensual,
1,500 a week.
semanal como manager. Si
I'm not
llegas a
talking about monthly,
director,
I'm talking
hasta
about weekly
2,500.
as manager.
Ya
If
nosotros,
you
por
reach
ejemplo, estamos
director
en nuestro
rank
último
until
rango, podemos
2,500,
llegar a hacer
for
hasta
example, we're on this
25,000
last
dólares a
rank,
la
we
semana.
can earn up to
¿Verdad? Eso
$25,000 a
depende del
week.
rango. Cuando
That
tú
depends
entras,
on
tú
the
estás
rank.
acá.
When you enroll,
Ahí
you
tienes
are
una
here.
limitación.
There you
Por
have a
eso es que yo a la
limitation.
mayoría le
That is
recomiendo
why
entrar
I
con
recommend
el
most of the people
Advance, porque ya tienes
to
300
enroll with
puntos para
advanced,
poder
because
ser
that way you already
manager
have
y solo te
300 points to
faltarían
be able to
dos
be
personas de
manager,
un lado
and you
del
would just need
izquierdo y
2
dos
people
personas
on the
del
left
derecho, como
and 2
siempre.
people on the right, like you can see
¿Para
here.
qué? Para que entonces ya
What
tú
for?
tengas
So
abiertas tus
then
comisiones
you can
hasta
have your
1,500
commissions
dólares
open
como manager.
until
Y eso es
$1,500
empezar.
as a manager.
¿Cuánto no haría
And
tu
that
vida
is
1,500
starting.
dólares? Yo quiero que te
Who
imagines.
wouldn't
Piensa,
earn that?
¿qué haría
Imagine
1,500
that.
dólares a la
Who
semana?
wouldn't want to earn that
Hmm. Claro,
$1,500
tienes que
extra a
tener la
week for
numeración
you?
para eso. Pero mientras no
So
has
you have
llegado
to
a
have your
manager,
number
te
for that.
limita a
But Since you haven't reached manager, you're limited to $100 a week. It's not that they're going to take money from you. It's that.
¿Verdad? Y la cuarta manera, que es mi favorita.
And the fourth way, which is mine, I'm going to tell you why. Because in the long term, nobody wants a business that is in the short term. Because if it's something that is causing you and helping you for to have a balanced and stable finance, for you not to be stressed because your money doesn't reach, because every week you're receiving a check. You want that business to last long, right? I don't want the first month to finish. I don't want it to stop. I want it to be a business in the long term. And we have seen what are the leaders doing that are earning between 60,000 a week, 50,000 a week, 40,000 a week, 200,000 a week. It is because they have structured and they have created a solid structure with people that do want to work the business. So that's how it is. This is you, and everybody who enrolls underneath you with this link that I mentioned is your first level. That first level, you get 25% out of the binary. People who enroll with those people are your second level because they didn't enroll with your link. They enrolled with the other's link. It's your 20%. You get 20% out of all their binaries. And the third level, you get 20%. So what do I want you to see here? Most of the companies are multi-level. These percentages are not as high, believe me. We have leaders from other companies who are coming here. And I'm not lying, and they're flying here. Why? Because they see this here. First of all, they have experience and they say, hey, wait a sec, I'm going to start doing this directly and I have a unique product and I don't have to talk about 9 million products, just one, which has a technology that nobody else has. I'm on my way there. And they bring their teams with them. I'm talking seriously about this. This is happening. And that's because they see a 25%. Hey, they used to give me 10, they used to give me 7. And now I have a 25, a 20, and a 20. And they mention these things because if you have never done multi-level before, it is perfect for you because you're starting with your right foot. You're starting big. You're starting to know how it goes. No, you're starting with a high percentage that you are giving me. What is the decision that you need to take today? Okay, what product will I enroll with? What packet? For you to be affiliated as a business partner and start to receive commissions, there's 3 different packs. You have core. The core pack, like they call it, has $295 cost. Those $295 will only be paid once, which is today when you enroll with the person who invited you to the call. Today, you're never going to have to pay those $295 again, and you're going to receive 3 sleeves with 30 patches, each one of them, sorry, 30. The advanced pack, sorry, it has a higher cost, $535. Now, I want you to look at this. Remember what I told you here about manager? For you to be able to be a manager, you need 300 points in volume. Now, when you enroll with advanced, you have those 300 points. Nevertheless, with core, you only have 180. So it's not impossible. You're going to have to produce the 120 that are left. But when you enroll with advanced, you're like, okay, I have my 300 points and I only have to be in charge and 2 on my left and 2 on my right. I'm a manager, okay, limited commissions. That is a way that I would like you to think. And that's why I'm mentioning this. Advanced 535 and you get 6 sleeves like this one, 6. Why do I want 6 sleeves, Rochelle? You want people to try the product. And you start and you say, hey, proof of this, like they did with me, they just patched me and that's all. 5 patches, try it, and I'll call you in 5 days. And that's how you start. With people that you know that this can work for. You need patches. And premium has a cost of 1,750. Look at the volume, 745. Not 300, not 180. Plus 20 sleeves of patches. That's the one that I started with because I wanted most of the people to try and try. Because you want people to experiment the product. That's what you want. And this gives you a greater opportunity of having not only that, there is something that is called auto shipment, which is the requirement that we have as partners. And it's monthly 2 packs of this that I have to have in auto shipment. 2 packs. The investment is $199 a month. to have 110
para
points
que
in
tú
personal
sepas que
volume,
tienes tu negocio abierto.
for you
Estás
to know that you
activo.
have an
Este es el
open
término que se
business,
usa en multinivel.
that
Estoy
you're
activa
active.
en mi
That
negocio.
is
Estoy
the term that
activo.
you use in multi-level.
Necesitas
I'm
110
active in my
puntos, se
business.
requiere
You need
200,
110 points,
dos
so
paquetes de
you
Auto
need
Envío.
2
Hay
packs of
personas
this.
que cuando
There
tú
are
entras
some
con el
people that
premium,
when you
perdón, cuando
enroll
entras
with
con el premium,
premium,
ya tú tienes 3 meses de ese autoenvío incluido.
you
Es decir,
have
por 3
already
meses tú te puedes
3 months
olvidar
of
del
auto
autoenvío, que
shipment
es el beneficio de
included.
la compañía.
So included,
Olvidado.
sorry. So for
Entonces,
3 months, you
cuando te enteres, tú
can
ves 3
forget
meses que no
about
te
the auto
llegan
shipment, which
mensajes.
is a requirement of the
Hay
company.
gente, y
When
te
I
lo hablan
enrolled, I
cuando
didn't
lo
have to think
mencionan
about
porque
that
es
for
lo que
3 months.
publican.
There are
Oh
some
my
people, and I
God,
talk about this because I've lived
$199.
this.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God,
God,
si tú entras a esto
$199.
creyendo
Oh
que
my
te van
God.
a hacer
If you
$199 a
enroll
la
here
semana,
thinking that you're not
estamos
going
mal.
to earn
Cuando esto es al mes,
$199 a week,
algo que quiero destacar también,
that's
cuando tú abres
wrong.
un
This is
negocio,
something
tú no vas
monthly.
a tener
Something
que
that I
invertir
also want to talk about is
22.95
that
ni
when you open a business,
535, ni
you're not
siquiera
going to have to invest
350. Tú vas a tener que
295
invertir como
or
mínimo 15,000
195. You have to
para que
invest at
abras
least
página, tengas lugar de
$15,000 to start a
venta,
business.
tengas
In your
producto.
web page, the place that you're
Aquí
going
el
to rent,
máximo
the
es
products here.
1,750 y vas a tener
The
20
maximum
paquetes de esto.
is
Pero te digo algo más, vale
1,750, and you're
3.699
going
al
to
mes.
have
¿Qué tal si
20
tu
packs,
renta
20
te
sleeves. What
renta el
about when
negocio
people
199 al mes?
say
Ninguna.
about
Ninguna. No existe. No
$199 a month?
existe.
What rent
Bórralo.
of a business
Pero
costs
además,
$199 a month?
tú
It
vienes
doesn't
acá
exist.
y
Erase it.
empiezas
But
a
also, you come
director
here
hasta
and you
2.500.
start
Ninguna de
from
las maneras de
director,
ganar dinero.
and you can
Senior
earn
director,
until
3.500.
2,500.
Sin
Senior
embargo,
director,
el costo
3,500.
del
Only in one of the
autoenvío
ways that you can
sigue
earn
siendo lo
money.
mismo el requisito.
Nevertheless, the cost of the auto shipment is the
$199
same
al mes.
requirement,
Además, y tú
$199
vas a
a
estar
month.
ganando,
A month, and
supongamos
you're
que eres
going to
manager,
be earning.
1.500 a la semana.
Imagine that you're a
Si haces lo
manager,
que tienes que hacer, si te
1,500
preparas,
a week.
si
If
tienes
you
que
do what you
bajar,
have to
por eso
do,
hay que
if
producir.
you're ready, if you have your
Pero sin
team,
embargo, tu costo del autoenvío, que es
and
el único
nevertheless, your
requisito que
cost of the
hace la
auto shipment,
compañía,
which is the
no
only
aumenta
requirement that the
en
company
ningún
does,
momento. Así tú
doesn't
estés ganando
increase
200,000 a la
at any
semana.
moment, even if you're earning
Eso es lo que vale.
200,000 a
Entonces,
week.
no nos
This is
enfoquemos
something
en lo
that
que
you
tengo
need
que
to
pagar
look at.
mensual
Don't
o tengo un
focus on what you
requisito,
have to pay
sino
every
lo que
month,
voy a
which is a
producir,
requirement.
¿vale?
Focus
So,
on
¿cuál
what
es
you're
tu
going to
decisión hoy?
produce,
¿A qué
okay?
paquete
So what
quieres
is your
entrar?
decision today? Which
Con
pack
nosotros
do you want
tienes
to enroll
todo.
with? With us, you
Entrenamientos todos
have
los días de lunes
everything.
a jueves en
Trainings
vivo,
every day from Monday
6
to
de la
Thursday,
tarde.
live
Todos
at
los días. Tenemos
6
canales
p.m.
de información.
Every day, we have information
Tenemos
channels.
canal de YouTube, donde tú ves
We have
todas las
YouTube
llamadas y los
channels where you
entrenamientos
can see
grabados.
all the calls and
Tenemos
recorded
una
calls.
plataforma que es una academia que
We
se llama
have a
School.
platform,
En esa
which is an
academia tú
academy
puedes
called
entrar
School.
desde hoy cuando te
In that
inscribas y
academy,
empezar
you
a
can enroll
documentarte,
starting
a
today and
informarte, a
start
aprender.
to document yourself,
Tenemos
to be
todos los
informed
lunes
and to learn.
llamadas
Every
para las
Monday, we
personas que
have
acaban de
calls
entrar. Los lunes
for the
vemos todos los que
people who
entraron la
just
semana
enrolled.
pasada,
On Monday,
cada
we see
lunes,
everybody who
para
enrolled last
ubicarte,
week.
cómo usar tu
Every
página,
Monday,
cómo
to
hacerlo,
be
y ya
able to
tenemos
know
videos grabados
how
de
your
eso.
page
Tú no
works,
estás sola,
even though
tú no
we
estás
already
solo.
have the recordings for all that,
Ahora,
but you're not
tú
alone.
tienes que entender que este es tu
Now, you
negocio.
have to understand that this is your business.
Tu negocio.
This is your
La
business.
mayoría de la gente quieren un
Most
negocio,
of the people
pero no
want
quieren
a
hacer lo que se les
business,
dice.
but they don't want
Yo
to do
te
what is
invitaría
required to
hoy
have
a
a
que tú
business.
dijeras,
I would invite you today
esto no lo puedo
to
dejar
say,
pasar.
this is
Esto
something that
nadie lo
I
tiene.
can't just
Esto
let go
cambia vidas.
because
Esto está
nobody has
cambiando y
this. This
transformando
changes lives.
familias
This is
en todos los
transforming
países
and
en
changing
los cuales
families
estamos.
in all the
Hemos tenido el
countries
año
that we're at.
pasado,
We
en los
have
últimos
had
3 años, la
last year, in
compañía ha
the
tenido
last 3 years, the
1.300, eso es
company
lo que
has
decían ahí en
had
la llamada,
a 300, that's what
300%
they
de
said
venta.
today in the
¿Tú
call, a
sabes lo que es eso?
300%
¿Tú
of
quieres
growth.
ser
Do you know
parte de
what
algo
that
bueno
is?
como eso?
Do you want to
No
be
quieres
part of
quedarte
something
afuera.
good like this?
Entonces,
You don't want to be
esto es
stay
lo que
out.
tenemos. Vamos a ver
So this is
preguntas
what
de
we
Eder. Por
have.
favor, si
Let's
pueden
see
dejar las
questions. Let
preguntas
me know
acá.
if you can write your questions here.
El valor del paquete para venta,
The
Lili, no
value
entiendo.
of the
Cuando tú
pack
quieres,
for
yo sé cuando
sales.
tú quieres comprar el
Really, I
paquete
don't
solamente
understand when you want to
el
purchase the
producto
product
solamente, el
only.
sobrecito
The product
149.99.
only, the sleeve is
El producto. Cuando tú quieres
149.99.
nada más que
Just
el
the
paquete.
sleeve, if
¿Cómo se
that's all you
produce
want.
1.500 para ser
How
manager?
can you
Porfa,
produce
manager, no.
1,500 to be a
Los
manager, please? More
$1.500
detail.
lo que tú harías
No, those
semanalmente cuando tú produces el
$1,500 is what you
volumen
would earn
mensual.
weekly when you
Para ser
produce the
manager,
volume, of
lo único
course.
que tú
To be a
necesitas es
manager, the only
2
thing you
personas de tu
need
izquierda,
is 2
2
people on your
personas de la
left
derecha y
and 2
300
people on
puntos
your
de
right
volumen
and 300 points in personal volume. If you enroll with advanced, you already have those 300 points. Colombia is not there yet. Colombia will open this year. That's why it's important for you to get to know the countries. This year, Colombia will be open during the mid or end of year. No, Panama's not there yet, darling. Let's see what's interesting. Sonia, that's a great question. The fourth level doesn't pay. first, second, and third.
Ahora, por eso es que aquí
Now,
trabajamos con toda
this
la
is why
organización
here we
profundamente
work
sin
with the
importar
whole
qué nivel estés.
organization,
¿Por qué? Porque
regardless of
esos
what
números
level
que
you're
tú
in,
tienes
because those
posiblemente
numbers that you
se
have
reflejan en tu upline,
are
en la persona que te
reflected
llamó,
in your
que
upline
a lo
and the
mejor tú eres
person
su
that
primer, que
enrolled
tú
you.
eres su primer nivel.
Maybe
Y
you
vas
are their first
subiendo, so
level,
te llega, tiene
and
que
they
ser
will
nivel
increase and
igualmente,
increase, so it reaches your
exactamente lo
third
mismo.
level,
Entonces,
exactly the same way.
siempre trabajamos a
So
profundidad
we
por esa
always
razón. O sea,
work
esos
in
números
depth
van a llegar a ti
due to
de
those
alguna manera.
reasons. Those numbers are going to reach you at some
¿De
way.
qué depende que hagas el tope?
What does it
Bueno,
depend on for you to
que
reach the
hagas las
top?
numeraciones.
Well, for
Cada
you to
rango
do
tiene
the numbers,
requisitos de
each
cuántos
rank
debes
has
tener
requirements
personalmente, de
of
cuánto
how
debes
much
tener
do you have to have
volumen
personally, how
de
much do you have to
negocio.
have
Y cuando
in
tú
business
entras, no se preocupen porque
volume.
cuando ustedes
And when you
entren, hay
enroll, don't worry
entrenamientos
because
para
when you
todo eso
enroll,
donde
there is
explicamos
trainings
el
for all
plan de
that
compensación
where
en
we explain the
profundidad.
compensation
Acá
plan in
no
depth.
vamos a detalle porque
Here, we're not
uno
going
tendremos
to
que 2
explain it
horas
in detail
y
because we would
3
have to be
porque
there for
a medida
2
que
hours.
empiezas, pues vamos
And
explicándote y tú
also
vas
because
aprendiendo
when you
mucho más.
start, we explain and you learn much more.
Gracias, Alejandra.
Thank
Ajá.
you, Alejandra.
¿Alguna otra
Okay,
pregunta? Déjeme
let's
seguir
see any other
mirando.
questions. Let me check.
Si tengo una persona en core, como veo cuántos puntos le faltan para advance. No, es que
Let's
core
see
y
how many
advance
points do you
son
need
los
for
puntos,
advanced. No,
son
core
los
and
paquetes con los que
advanced
entra.
are
Tú
the
después no
packs
tienes
that
que
you enroll
revisar si
with.
core o advance.
After
No,
that, you don't
tú lo
need
que
to
tienes es
check
que
if
estar
it's
al
core
tanto
or
de tu equipo
advanced.
para ver los rangos a los que
You
van
have
llegando
to
y
pay
los números que
attention
van
to your
haciendo.
team
Lo
for
de
the
core,
ranks that
advance
you
y
are
premium
receiving, and
solo
the
aplica
numbers
cuando tú
core,
te vas a
advanced, and
enrolar
premium
o
only
cuando tú
applies
estás
when you're going
invitando
to
a alguien a
enroll
ser parte
or
de tu
when you're
equipo.
inviting somebody
Entonces
to be
tienes que
part of
explicar
your
los 3
team.
paquetes que
That
hay.
is when you have to
Después
explain
te
the 3
olvidas.
packs that there are.
Importante.
Afterwards,
Si
you
tú
can
entraste
forget
como
that.
core, porque tú dices,
Something
ah, yo
important,
no
if you
sé,
enrolled as
déjame hacer
core
la
because you said,
inversión menor.
oh, I don't know,
Pero
let
cuando
me
tú
do the
empiezas a
least
probarlo,
investment in this.
empiezas a
But
ver
when you start trying it
todo lo que
and
esto
you start
trae y el
seeing
dinero que
everything
empiezas a
that this
ganar
brings
de acuerdo a lo
and the
que
money that
hagas,
you start
pues tú dices,
earning,
espérate que quiero hacer un upgrade y quiero
then you
pasarme
say,
de
oh,
core
wait a
a
second, I want to
advance.
do an
¿Para qué?
upgrade and I want
Para
to
que me llegue más
pass from
volumen
core
y
to
así tener en
advanced,
mi mano más productos.
upgrade from
Puedes
core to
hacerlo en cualquier
advanced to have
momento.
more
No
product
hay
in my
tiempo de
hands. Yes, you
caducidad,
can
en
have that
cualquier
at any
momento lo puedes
time.
hacer.
There is no
Estos
limit
300 puntos
for
son siempre
this.
mensualmente.
These
No,
300 points
estos
are every
300
month.
puntos tú lo acumulas
No,
una
these
vez tú te
300 points, you
enroles
add
y
them up
ahí
once you
estás.
enroll,
En el
and
momento
that's
que esos
it.
300 puntos hacen
When
dinero,
those 300
ya,
points become
porque tú
money,
sigues haciendo
that's all.
puntos de
You've got
todo.
it
Tú
made
haces puntos
because
aquí
you
todo.
continue earning
Si
points
tú
out of
compraste
everything. Here,
producto
everything
porque quieres
gives you points.
usarlo,
If you
tienes puntos.
purchase product
Si
because you
alguien
want
de
to
tu
use
equipo
it, you get
compró,
points.
tienes
If
puntos.
somebody from your team
Si
purchased, you get points.
alguien entró a tu equipo,
If
tienes puntos. Todo tiene
somebody
puntos
enrolled
entre
into
los
your team, you
volúmenes
get
es que tú
points.
haces dinero.
Everything gives you points because you get money
Am,
out of volume.
ok, entre esos planes de Core Advance,
So
etcétera,
amongst
es
those plans of core, advanced,
es
etc.,
puntos vender retail. No entendí esa pregunta, perdóname.
does selling retail give you points?
Perfecto,
Sorry, I'm
mira,
not
yo
understanding the
entré con el
question.
paquete de 1700,
Okay,
estoy en
perfect, Nadia.
Medellín,
I
Colombia,
started
tengo personas aquí
with
que
the
quieren hacer negocio.
1,750 pack. I'm
Habla
from
con la
Medellín.
persona
I
que te
have people
enroló
here
porque
that
ese
want to work the
negocio no
business.
está en
Well,
Colombia
speak to the
todavía.
person who enrolled you
Entonces,
because that business is not in Colombia yet.
en Colombia todavía eso no está. Pero
The
dicen que pronto,
business
pero
isn't there
todavía no
yet,
está.
but
Ok,
they said that
Felipe,
it will
gracias, mi
be
amor.
soon, but it's not there yet.
Am,
Thank you, Felipe.
Perfecto. ¿Qué es lo que debes hacer tú
Okay,
ahora?
perfect. What do you need to do
Sí,
now?
después que uno se ha inscrito con
Yes,
Core, se puede
after
cambiar al
you
siguiente
enroll
paquete.
with
Es
Core,
lo mismo que
can
acabo
you
de decir. Sí,
change to
tú
the
puedes hacer
next
el upgrade
pack?
en cualquier
Yes,
momento.
you
Inclusive,
can
si entras a
upgrade at
Advance y
any
después te
time.
dice, ah, no,
Even if
espérate,
you
déjame que
enroll
llegue a
as
Premium,
advanced and then you're
puedes
like, oh
hacerlo
no, wait,
también
I
sin
want
ningún
to go to
problema.
premium,
Y
you
el
can do
día que
that
hiciste el
too, no
upgrade a
problem.
Premium, te
And the
dan los
day that you
próximos 3
upgraded
meses
to
sin auto
premium, they give you the next 3 months without auto shipment.
Ok. Los planes son para vender retail. No, los planes
Okay, the
cuando tú
plans
entras
are
con
to
cualquiera
sell
de esos
in
3
retail. No,
paquetes
the
es
plan
porque
when
tú
you
quieres
enroll with
hacer
any of those
negocios.
3 packs,
Si tú
it's
dices,
because you
yo
want to work
solamente
the
quiero
business.
comprar el
If you say,
producto,
no, I
tú
only want
entras
to
con
purchase the
retail
product,
y
you
tú nada más
enroll
lo
as
usas. No,
retail
entonces te hace
and
una
you
cuenta y
just use
todo,
the
pero tú no tienes
product.
enlace
An
para
account
vender.
is done, but
Cuando
you
tú
don't have
entras
any
con
link to
Core
sell.
Advance
When
o
you
Premium
enroll
es porque a
as
ti te
core,
interesa
advanced, or premium,
venderlo
it's because
y
you're
crear tu
interested
equipo,
in
crear tu
selling
estructura,
and
porque vas a
creating your
recibir
team
comisión.
and your structure
Entonces ahí es que
because you're
tienes que
going to
entrar o con
receive a
Core,
commission.
Advance o
That's
Premium.
where you have to enroll enroll with Core Advanced or Premium.
¿Alguien más?
Anyone else?
¿Puedes explicarlos de la derecha y lo
Can you
explicarlos? Claro
explain
que sí,
about the right
Rosario.
and the left
Ok,
side?
cuando
Yes, of
tú
course,
entraste
Rosario.
hoy, digamos, ¿verdad? En tu
When
página
you
web,
enrolled
tú lo
here
que vas a hacer, es
in
más,
your
se los
web
voy a
page,
mostrar
what you're
acá.
going to
Vamos
do,
a, déjame
I'm
buscar
going
cuando
to
tú
show this
entras,
to
déjame
you.
entrar yo a mi página y
Let
ya
me
ya
enter
casi voy a
my
terminar. Tengo
page.
una reunión ahorita, pero deme un
I'm
segundo.
about to finish. I have another meeting, but wait a second.
Ok. Ok. Cuando tú entras, aquí te voy a
When
compartir
you
pantalla para que
enroll,
entiendas
I'm going
esto.
to share my screen for you to understand that.
Esto está calculando, no sé qué le pasó que está
This is
calculando, pero mira, aquí te
calculating.
dan una
I
página igualita
don't
que esta,
know what it's doing,
exactamente
but look,
igualita,
they're going to give you a
¿verdad?
web page
Igualita.
exactly like this one,
Acá, tú
exactly
vas a
like
tu
this one.
perfil aquí
Here,
arriba
you
y
go
ves
to
que
your
dice cambiar
profile up here,
configuración.
and you see
Cambias
that it says
configuración.
changing
Entonces,
your
cada
setup.
vez que tú
Once
vas
you
a
change
inscribir
your
a
setup,
alguien, tú vas a
once you
poder
enroll somebody,
colocarla en la
you are
izquierda o en
going
la
to
acá.
be able to
¿Ves?
put them on
Creado a
the
la
left.
izquierda,
Look here,
creado a la derecha.
created on the
Recuerda
left or
fuente mil
created on
veces.
the right.
O
The
es a la izquierda o es
strongest,
a la
forget
derecha.
about that.
Entonces,
It's on the left or
ahí
the
tú
right.
decides dónde
So
lo
that
pones. ¿De
is
qué
where you're going to
depende?
decide
Si
where
tú
to put
estás
it.
débil de la
It depends
izquierda,
on if
pues
you're
entonces tú
weak
quieres poner más
on
gente en la
the
derecha
left,
o
you want to put more
cuando tú
people on
para
the right,
rangos
or
específicos, por
when to
ejemplo,
reach
manager,
specific
ahora tú
ranks, for
entraste al
example,
juego. Tu
manager.
meta tiene que ser
You
llegar a
enrolled
manager.
now, and your
Por
goal
eso yo
has to be
recomiendo
to
lo de
reach
advance.
manager.
Ya entras con
That's
tus
why I
100
recommend
puntos y me olvido de
advanced.
los puntos.
You enroll with
Ahora voy a
300
entrar
points and you
personas.
forget
Hoy voy a
about the
inscribir
points.
dos
Now I'm
personas
going to
en
enroll
Core,
2 people
Advance o
in
Premium.
core,
No retail,
advanced, or
que tengan
premium,
cuentas
not
retail.
retail.
Para
This doesn't
rangos,
count
para
as
cuentas
retail for
retails.
ranks.
Para rango tienen que
It
ser
doesn't count
socios de
as
negocio.
retail. For
Tú
ranks,
vienes
you have
aquí
to
y
be
dices, ok,
business
ahora lo
partners. You
tengo a
go
la derecha.
here
Después
and you
que
say,
entran los
okay,
dos,
I
vienes
have them at
acá
my
y
right.
cambia. Ok,
After that,
ahora
you
voy a
go here
ponerlo
and
a
it
la
changes.
izquierda.
Okay, I'm going to put
Cambiaste
them
la
on my left now.
configuración,
You
entras
change
a los dos a la
the
izquierda,
setup.
ya
You
eres
put
manager.
both of them
Tienes los
on the
300
left and your
puntos, dos
manager. You
izquierda
have
y
the
dos derecha.
300 points,
So,
two
tú
on the
vas aquí
left and two on the
manejando
right.
en tu página web.
So
Déjame
you are
regresarlo a la
managing your
derecha, que
web
en este
page.
momento yo tengo
Let me
que
show you.
ponerlo a la derecha.
I
Tú
have
vas
to put it back
manejando
on
la
my right. Sorry.
configuración de tu equipo.
You can
¿Ok?
manage the setup of
Entonces,
your
eso es
team.
lo que es izquierda o
So
derecha. Ya
this
llega
is
un
what
momento,
left
¿ven?
or
Miren
right
acá.
means. There
Miren
comes
mis
a moment. Look at
puntuaciones.
this.
Mira,
Look at
en
my
mi derecha yo
points.
ahora mismo tengo
On
76
my
puntos.
right now I
En mi
have
izquierda tengo
76,000 points.
63.000.
On my
¿Qué me
left, I
quiere
have
decir eso? Que ahora mismo mi
63,000. What does
derecha
that mean?
es mi
That
lado
now my right
más
and my
fuerte que el
strongest
izquierdo. Están
side,
bastante parecidos,
stronger
pero es
than the
más
left.
fuerte.
They're
Entonces,
quite
tú
similar, but
ahora,
it is
entre lo
stronger.
mayor
So
es hacia la
now I
derecha.
have the
So, aquí tú
strongest
vas viendo
on my
en tu
right.
página, tú
So
estás
here
viendo
you can see
todo. Tú
on
ves
your page, you can see
absolutamente tu
absolutely
configuración, tus
everything, all your
comisiones,
setup,
todo.
your
¿Ok?
commissions, everything.
Ok. Igual, algo importante, todo el que ya está en el
Another
negocio,
important thing, everybody who's
todos,
already in the business,
tiene
all
que
of
entrar
us,
a school. Tú hoy
we need
entras,
to
por favor te pido que
access
te vayas a
school.
school,
If
le pides a
you
tu
are
líder,
here for the first
a la
time,
persona
I'm
que te
asking you please
inscribió,
to
dame
go
el
to school,
enlace
ask
para
your
school.
leader, the
Nosotros
person
aquí
who
lo tenemos
enrolled you, to
todo
give you the link for
bien
school. Here we have
igualado. ¿A qué me refiero?
everything
Todo nuestro
very
equipo tiene un mismo mensaje de bienvenida donde te dan todos
equitative.
los enlaces donde tienen
What
que
do I
ir.
mean? Everybody in the team
Pide el
has a
mensaje
welcome
de
message with
bienvenida.
all the
Entrate a
links.
school y
Ask
empieza a
your leader
estudiar.
for
En
the
school
welcome message with the
nosotros
links.
tenemos todos los
Access school and
entrenamientos que
start
tú necesites en
studying.
el
In
video
school, we
coding.
have
Cómo
all the
obtengo el
trainings that
enlace,
you need
cómo
in
entro al
short
back
videos.
office,
How do I
cómo pongo la
obtain my link?
configuración. Y
How
así
do
tú
I
vas
enter my
estudiando.
back office? How
Debemos
do I
estudiar.
prepare my setup? That's how we
Debemos
study.
prepararnos.
We have to
Debemos
educate ourselves.
informarnos. Ahora, lo
We have to
bueno
get
es que los
prepared. We
recursos
have
tú
to
no
be
tienes que
informed.
buscarlos.
The good
Ya
thing is
nosotros te
that
los
we have to
creamos
search
aquí.
for the
Y eso
resources.
vale mucho.
No, we
Entonces, ¿qué
don't
te
have to
pido?
search for resources. We
Terminando,
already have it for you.
vete a hablar con la
And that is
persona que te
worth a lot.
invitó.
So
Si
when you
tienes alguna
finish,
duda,
go to speak to the
pregúntale
person who
y
invited you. If you
toma tu
have any
decisión.
questions, ask them
Toma tu
and take
decisión.
your own
¿Cuántas de las
decision.
personas que están
Take
acá
your
están listos
decision.
para
How
inscribirse
many of
hoy?
the people here are
¿Cuántos? Si
ready
me
to
pueden
enroll
poner en el
today?
chat.
How many?
Yo,
Please, if you can write it down
¿quiénes?
in the chat.
A ver,
Me,
¿quiénes
me,
están
who
listos hoy
else?
para
Who is
decirme
ready
sí?
today
Yo
to
voy
say
con todo porque
yes?
yo de verdad quiero
I'm going to
transformar
give it
mi
all
vida
I
y la de
got
otras
because I truly
personas.
want to
¿Cuántos?
transform
A
my
ver,
life and other
si hay
people's
alguien.
lives. Who here? Is there anyone?
Alguien que me ponga yo.
Let's see. Anyone that's going to write me in the chat?
A ver, ¿dónde está mi
Let
gente
us see. Let us see.
dispuesta y
Where
decidida?
are my people who are
A ver,
willing and who are decided? Let's
nadie.
see.
Ok, bueno,
Nobody.
pues
Okay. Well,
eh, perfecto, Sonia, bienvenida, mi amor.
perfect, Sonia. Welcome, darling.
Contigo, cuando me el enlace lo enviaron a un lado específico. No entendí eso.
I don't understand
Perfecto.
about the
No hay
link.
ID. Reina te ayuda
Okay,
ahora.
no ID.
Ahora
Perfect. Reina would help you with
felicidades,
everything.
Rosario, y
Now it's
bienvenida, mi
important.
amor.
Congratulations,
Ahora
Rosario.
es
Welcome.
importante que tú vayas con la persona que te
Now it's
invitó, ¿ok?
important for you to go with the
Ve con
person who
ella,
invited you to the call.
pregúntale,
Go with
dile,
them,
quiero entrar,
ask
quiero
them,
hacerlo.
say, I want to start
Nos
working, I
vemos en el
want to
próximo
start doing this,
entrenamiento.
and see you in our next
¿Les parece?
trainings.
Les mando un besito.
Okay?
Que Dios
See you
me los
soon.
cuide
Sending you a big
y
kiss.
los
God
esperamos.
bless you, and see you soon
Listo, pues
around here.
adelante a reunirte con Ana.
Okay. Yes. Meet up with
Gracias
Anna.
a todos.
Perfect.
Cuídense mucho.
Amazing.
Buenas
Thanks,
noches.
everyone. Take care. Have a good night.